I'm going to run your parts today on a slow speed unit. These are your parts. Should be pretty easy to run. And what we're using is a 10 horsepower Nord motor, a direct drive into a slow speed chamber here. So we have 12 knives across, and we have 3 rows of knives. The material is going to come in, it's going to hit back here, and you're going to see that this have a really nice downstroke on your part, and that's your bed knife right there, or stator knife as we call it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close up this unit, and I'll show you how I start it, and then I will run your test. The unit we're going to run your test in today is a 10 horsepower unit, and it has a built-in evacuation system. So it's just over here, and here's where your material end up. Most folks will just put a Gaylord or Super Sack right next to it. It's a 10 horsepower unit. I'm going to use an 8mm screen in the unit to run your parts. We have all different sizes. We have 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, depending on the particle size you would like out of the machine. To turn it on, it's simply you make sure the blue light is going, which says that your safeties are all engaged. The blower. And then your parts. So now she's running. I'll just drop them in kind of one at a time. Now you can see how she's working. Not having a hard time processing the material that we put in. Once it goes to the initial hit and breaks it apart, the rest is fairly easy. Throw some more parts in. So we got a pretty good load going in the unit right now. This unit will produce about 250 pounds an hour, possibly 300 pounds an hour, depending how quickly you load it as it goes in there. So here's your parts coming out. So I'm going to run through this, I'm going to start the test over again. I'm going to then go and put 4 and 5 pieces in at a time and show you how it reacts with more than 2. Here's the results of the first test. Not a lot of fines, virtually no dust, very nicely run. So that was loading it 2 at a time. What I'm going to do the next test, I'm actually going to load it 4 and 5 at a time and just show you how the machine can act. Also on this machine you can either load directly through the top and in, or through the spout and down and in. I'll just keep loading it through the spout and down and in. So I'm going to do is I'm going to turn back on the machine, and then I'm going to run it 3, 4, and then I'll go up to 5 at a time. These are 3 at a time, I'll put them in. It's having no problem processing them. I'm going to put 4 at a time now. Again, no real issue with 4. I'll go 5. My hand hand's not big enough. I do 4 and I'll throw an extra 1. We're processing the material. She's going through. Let's keep her going. Put some more in. I'll do another 3. Processing good, and then the final 2 go in. So your box is emptied. It's just processing through over here. What I'm going to do is let it process all the way out. I'll turn it off and then I'll talk about the test. Here's your material after the different tests. There's no heat, no real dust. If you take a look at it, hardly any dust on this thing for the type of material you have. The only thing I would do differently is I used this is a 7.5 horsepower or 7.5 kW machine, or 10 horsepower. I'd actually go a size bigger to the 11 kW 15 horsepower. And the reason for that is when I was throwing them in, I threw in the 4, the 5, and I think some of your employees might get a little more aggressive and throw in like 6 or 7 at a time. And I think you're gonna need the extra oomph to get through something like that. This thing can handle, if you're just doing 4 and 5 at a time, this guy has no problem at all just dropping them in and taking care of the business. It's just if that one employee comes in and drops, say, 10 in there at once, it'll bog this machine down. You're gonna need the 11 kW or 15 horsepower machine to really power through it. We also have a 25 horsepower machine as well. Same type of concept, slow speed, just bigger, a little bit more rotor to it, a little heavier rotor and more horsepower to the machine. So we're gonna bag this up and then we'll send it back to you for your review.